Today we're exploring one of the most popular suburbs in all of Charlotte. With its vibrant growth over the last 10 to 15 years, people are looking to move to this small little town for everything it has to offer. Welcome to Harrisburg, North Carolina. And you're in for a real treat today, because not only are we going to show you what types of real estate you can get in Harrisburg, including different price points, but we're also going to show you everything that you need to know if you're thinking about moving here, including shopping, restaurants, schools, and a whole lot more. And by the way, my name is Brian Taylor, and I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty. And if you're thinking about moving to the greater Charlotte area, make sure to check out the contact info in the description below, and my team and I would be happy to help you make a seamless move here to the Charlotte area. Now let's go check out Harrisburg. Harrisburg offers that small town feel, and the heart of Harrisburg can be found right here in Town Center. Pretty much anything you're looking for, you'll find it here. If it's dining options and Italian food is your craving, Hawthorne's Pizza has you covered. If it's Mexican, you can check out La Unica Restaurant. Or if you're looking for a burger and some chicken wings, Three Monkeys will be your best bet. And if you want to grab a cup of coffee, you'll find that at Rocky River Coffee Company. If you want to unwind with an adult beverage, head over to the Percent Tap House and enjoy a craft beer. And the newest restaurant in town that has caught all the buzz is Bubbas Bunkhouse, where you can find everything from steaks, sandwiches, burgers, and salads. Or catch a workout at Burn Boot Camp or the YMCA, which is located in the Town Hall building. And for the little ones, they can get involved in Taekwondo at King Tiger. And for medical facilities, you'll have your choice between Atrium Health Primary Care or Novant Health Family Medicine. And we can't leave Town Center without talking about one of the most popular events that takes place every October, and that's the annual cornhole tournament called Bags in the Berg. This tournament draws hundreds of people and local vendors from all across the area to enjoy an afternoon raising money for local charities. So you may be wondering where Harrisburg is located in relation to Charlotte, and maybe there's some other pieces of information that you'd want to know if you're thinking about moving here. Well, let's talk about it. Harrisburg is located in Cabarrus County, which is on the northeast side of Charlotte. The majority of Harrisburg itself sits along Highway 49, which is where a lot of the shopping and businesses reside, and we'll talk more about that later. But what makes Harrisburg so attractive is its closeness to Interstate 485, which is only a few minutes away. Once you reach 485, you can get to neighboring towns like Concord, Huntersville, Mint Hill, and Indian Trail within a 20-minute drive in either direction. And if you work in Uptown Charlotte or just want to explore the city, it's just a quick 25-minute drive to get there. And if you travel, your commute time to the airport will run you about 30 minutes. Now, according to 2022 census data, the population of Harrisburg is 19,822 residents. To give you an idea of how much the town has grown in just the last 10 years or so, in 2010, that population was only 11,526. Growth across many of the suburbs around Charlotte is very common, as a lot of people are moving farther and farther away from the city to find better affordability. And if you're thinking about moving to Harrisburg specifically, let me introduce you to the schools. Hickory Ridge High School was built in 2007 and is the home to the Raging Bulls. Along with a strong focus on academics, Hickory Ridge High has some of the most competitive athletic programs in the state. For both the boys and the girls, there are plenty of sports to pick from, including baseball, basketball, softball, and soccer, to name just a few. And of course, high school football is extremely competitive at Hickory Ridge High, and the Raging Bulls football team seems to always develop top talent. In fact, in the 2023 NFL Draft, two former Hickory Ridge graduates found their way to the big leagues. Garrett Williams was taken as the 72nd pick by the Arizona Cardinals, and Jalen Brooks was taken as the 244th pick by the Dallas Cowboys. And just across the parking lot on the same campus, you'll find Hickory Ridge Middle School, the home of the Mavericks. Opening in 2010, Hickory Ridge Middle shares the same focus on academics and athletics as the high school. And with the growth of Harrisburg over the years, there was a need to build a second elementary school. And in 2021, Hickory Ridge Elementary opened its doors to the home of the Cowboys. All three of the Hickory Ridge schools are located along Hickory Ridge Road, just outside of downtown and only minutes apart from each other. But what about the other elementary school that I mentioned? Well, you'll find that right off of Stallings Road, and it's called Harrisburg Elementary, built in the year 2000. And if you want to see the school ratings on all of these great schools, just go to greatschools.org and check them out for yourself. So now let's talk about some housing options here in Harrisburg. And we're gonna take a look at 3 different neighborhoods today, but I can't think of a better place to start than Harrisburg Village with Eastwood Homes. So let me go show you around. And one of the newest neighborhoods in Harrisburg is this one we're at today. This is Harrisburg Village by Eastwood Homes. It's a new construction neighborhood and it's perfectly located right next to Harrisburg Town Center. In fact, there's a walking trail right here that'll take you there. So the location here is absolutely ideal. Harrisburg Village consists of 51 single-family homes ranging from 1,900 square feet up to 3,000 square feet. And the price ranges go anywhere from the low 500s to the mid 600s. On the townhome side, there are 197 units that range anywhere from 1,700 square feet to 2,100 square feet, and they all include one-car garages. The prices of the townhomes range from the high 300s to the mid 400s, and the neighborhood amenities include a swimming pool, a dog park, and a walking trail taking you around the entire neighborhood. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that a lot of businesses reside along Highway 49, and a lot of people moving here have questions about shopping, pharmacies, and restaurants, and Harrisburg over the years has done a really good job of keeping up with that growth. And there are several grocery stores right here in town. In fact, right behind me is Lowe's Foods. And interestingly enough, this grocery store sits where the old high school used to be back in the day. And when they tore that high school down, they kept this brick monument as part of the history. And now it sits at the entranceway into Lowe's Foods. And I think that's pretty cool. And a couple other things in this shopping plaza are the Vortex. That's a nice restaurant where you can get some good food and some drinks. And then this new restaurant here called Wake Up and Eat. They have awesome breakfast food in there. And then we have Mexicasa for the Mexican lovers. And of course, Walgreens Pharmacy sits on the other side of the plaza. And just around the corner in the Harris Square Shopping Center, we've got Publix over here. That's a grocery store and a pharmacy. We've also got things like City Wings and Grill, Papa John's, and Chick-fil-A. And finally, on the other side of 49 in the Caldwell Crossing Shopping Center, you have a Harris Teeter grocery store and pharmacy, and then other restaurants like East Coast Wings, Marco's Pizza, and Jersey Mike's. And here's a couple more restaurants in town that you might enjoy as well. Some of my favorites are Harrisburg Family House. Make sure you try the Philly cheesesteak. It is absolutely awesome. Next on our list is Captain Steve's Seafood, a fantastic joint in itself. And we can't forget about Pub 49 if you're looking for some great chicken wings. And of course, we just got a brand new Panera Bread, and we also got a brand new Starbucks right here in Harrisburg. You know what? I just noticed something. Some of you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. So hey, if you're getting any value out of this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. Just go ahead and tap on that button right there. I would really appreciate that, and you're not gonna wanna miss some of the awesome videos that I've got planned and gonna be releasing here in the future. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon on the next one, but let's get back to this video for now. And right here was the focal point of Harrisburg back in the day. This is the old Harrisburg Depot, otherwise known as the post office, which sits right along these railroad tracks right over here behind me. Originally established in the 1850s, the Harris Depot served as a critical stop along the railroad lines, facilitating transportation of goods and people between Charlotte and points northeast. The depot not only functioned as a transportation center, but also served as a focal point for the community. It was a gathering place where residents would converge to send and receive mail, socialize, and conduct business. Its strategic location contributed to the growth and economic prosperity of Harrisburg, allowing for the efficient shipment of cotton and other agricultural products. The Harris Depot ceased its operations in 1933, and in recent years, efforts have been made to preserve and restore the historical significance of the Harris Depot. Restoration projects and community initiatives aimed at revitalizing the depot have sought to honor its heritage and commemorate its role in the town's history. The depot stands as a symbol of Harrisburg's past, showcasing its connection to the development of transportation and commerce in the region. So I mentioned Bubba's Bunkhouse earlier in the video, and I told you it was the newest restaurant in town center. It's gotten great reviews, and I'm getting kind of hungry, so let's go see what all the buzz is about. That is so freaking good. This is the barbecue brisket flatbread. Definitely recommend this. This is awesome. That was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend that place. But you know what else is amazing? The 4 parks that Harrisburg has. Let's go take a look. And when it comes to things to do in Harrisburg, Harrisburg Park is the epicenter for all activities. Anything you could possibly think of you wanting to do, you're gonna find it right here at the park. Harrisburg Park was revitalized in 2021 with the kiddos in mind. You'll find a new splash pad to cool off from those hot summer days, and they built a brand new playground for the kids to run around as well, including a picnic area that sits between them. And for the adults, they built an amphitheater to host the Rockin' the Berg Summer Concert Series, where some well-known artists have played this stage, including country music's Scotty McCreery and the 90s band Sister Hazel. Some other things you'll find in the park include the public library, plenty of soccer and football fields to host the youth activities throughout the year, paved walking trails, a disc golf course, mountain bike trails, and additional picnic shelters and horseshoe pits. And they're even building a new YMCA in the park as well. But the biggest event that happens in the park, and in Harrisburg for that matter, is the annual 4th of July celebration. It's a 2-day event that starts with concerts and fireworks on July 3rd, and then on July 4th, it's game on for the 4th of July parade. People from all over the area enjoy the morning parade and then make their way to the park for the rest of the day. You'll find hundreds of vendors, food trucks, and tons of activities for the kids. There will be live music throughout the day, and then at dark, you'll see one of the best fireworks shows anywhere in the area. This event brings in thousands of people, and it seems to get bigger every year. And other events that take place throughout the year are the Trick or Treat in the Park event in October and the annual Christmas tree lighting in December. And that brings us to Stallings Park. Now, not as big of a park as the Harrisburg Park, but you're gonna find stuff here that you didn't find there. Stallings Road Park is where you'll come if tennis is your thing. They have several courts to choose from, and if the kids are into t-ball or baseball, you'll find that here as well. This park also offers a playground for the little ones and a nice picnic shelter to host a birthday party or just relax and get some shade. And if you're looking to unwind and enjoy some nature, then Farm Mill Park is where you want to go. While still offering a playground area for the kids, a sand volleyball court, and several nice picnic areas to host a party, Farm Mill Park allows you to soak up some nature. The 37-acre park is certified by the National Wildlife Federation as a wildlife habitat. The boardwalk that weaves throughout the park is the perfect place for a nice walk or a bike ride, and if you're looking for some more tranquility, you can find it by enjoying some peace and quiet by the fishing pond and other nature areas throughout the park. And finally, our park tour wouldn't be complete without mentioning Veterans Park. This small 1-acre park was built in 2019 as a way to honor our country and pay tribute to all the men and women who have served in the various branches of the military. The park features the Memorial Fountain and the Charters of Freedom setting, which is a near replica of the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, just as they're on display in the National Archives Rotunda in Washington, D.C. This park is definitely worth checking out. So now let's talk about another neighborhood here in Harrisburg, also new construction. This one here is Empire Homes, called Chamia Gardens. Located within walking distance to both Hickory Ridge High and Hickory Ridge Middle, the location of this neighborhood is unmatched. Chamia Gardens offers 16 floor plans to choose from, including both ranch and 2-story homes, with square footages ranging from 2,000 square feet up to 4,000 square feet. And depending on what you choose, the pricing will range anywhere from the low 600,000s up to the 800,000s by the time that this neighborhood is complete. As far as amenities go, Chamia Gardens will have a pool, a clubhouse, a playground, and walking trails. And what also makes this neighborhood attractive is Stallings Road Park is located right across the street. So a lot of people ask me, what are the pros and cons of living in Harrisburg? So I want to talk about those for a quick second. I've got 3 pros and I've got 3 cons, and I'm going to start with the pros first. So pro number 1 is Harrisburg still has that small town feel. So as I showed you the numbers earlier in the video of the growth of Harrisburg over the last 10 years, it still has that small town feel, and hopefully that will continue as Harrisburg continues to grow. And I think if you end up moving here, you'll experience what that feels like. And pro number 2 is the sense of community that's felt around Harrisburg. And when I'm talking about sense of community, I'm talking about like the events that happen in the summertime, the 4th of July parade being one, the trick or treat event in the park, the Bags in the Berg event that happens in October, the tree lighting event that happens in December. All of those events that the town does a really good job of putting together really brings together that sense of community. And again, that's another thing you'll experience, I think, if you end up moving here to Harrisburg. And pro number 3 is the town has done a really good job of keeping out the big box stores. I'm talking about your Walmarts, your Targets, your Lowe's Home Improvement. and the town is really focused on small businesses. And I think a lot of people do appreciate that about Harrisburg. Now, we do have our Panera, we do have our Starbucks, but as far as the other big box stores, those have not been allowed to come in here yet. Now let's talk about the cons, and by far the biggest con is traffic. So earlier in the video, when I showed you that drone footage, I shot that around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And Highway 49 is a very busy highway. It essentially goes from the University City all the way through Harrisburg, through the outskirts of Concord and into Mount Pleasant and beyond. And there are people always coming and going on Highway 49, and it flows really well during the day. But once you get to about 4:30 till about 6:30, that's when you're gonna have a little bit of congestion, and it can become a little bit of a headache. Now, one thing that I haven't really touched upon is Harrisburg is located only about 2 miles from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And there's a couple races a year that come in here, and sometimes during those races traffic can get a little bit busier, but over the last few years that really hasn't been too bad. And con number 2 was kind of a piggyback off of one of our pros, and that is about shopping. So even though I told you that Harrisburg hasn't allowed the big box stores to come into Harrisburg itself, that means that it's about a 15 to 20 minute drive in either direction to get to your Walmarts, to get to your Lowe's Home Improvement and those types of stores. So just keep that in mind if shopping is a really big deal to you. And also, we didn't talk about this because it doesn't specifically reference Harrisburg, but we are about 15 or 20 minutes from the Concord Mills Mall area. And over there, you're gonna find everything that you can possibly need. Tons of restaurants, tons of shopping. All of that stuff is by the Concord Mills Mall, only about 15 minutes away. And con number 3 is it's just expensive to live in Harrisburg compared to other parts of Charlotte. And I think you've seen that from some of the neighborhood tours that we've already been on. And I think home prices are going to continue to go up as Harrisburg becomes more and more desirable, which leads me to go check out another neighborhood. And our last stop today, guys, on our neighborhood tour is another new construction neighborhood called Harmony. This is also an Eastwood Homes neighborhood, and they are building a single family home section over here, as you can see on this side, that's almost finished. There's a few lots there left. And then on this side of the neighborhood, they're gonna have the other lots that they're gonna be building. But directly behind me in that open field over there is gonna be David Weekley Homes, and that's gonna be a 55 and older neighborhood. So let me show you around. Harmony is also located off of Stallings Road with convenient access to Hickory Ridge High and Hickory Ridge Middle, and Harrisburg Elementary School is just down the road. Now on the Eastwood side, there are going to be about 200 home sites with 6 two-story floor plans to choose from. The square footage will range anywhere from 3,000 square feet, with some floor plans crossing over 4,000 square feet. The pricing of these homes starts in the low 700s and will end up over 900,000 when the neighborhood is complete. The community will offer a pool and cabana, which will be shared with the David Weekley home section. And as I mentioned, the David Weekley section will be a 55 and older neighborhood. And we don't know yet what floor plans they're going to have out there and what the pricing will be as of the time of this recording. But if you want to keep up to speed on all that, just reach out to me and I'll keep you updated. So in this video, we looked at new construction neighborhoods, and I'll be putting out a video real soon to tell you about my top 5 existing home neighborhoods in Harrisburg, like the one I'm standing in right now. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss that when it gets released. And guys, that is a wrap for today. I hope this video was super helpful, and I really appreciate you staying until the end. And if you're thinking about moving to Harrisburg or the greater Charlotte area, my team and I would love to help you out. Just give me a call, shoot me a text, or scan that QR code right there. Set up a Zoom call with me, talk about your situation and your time frame, and I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, make it a great day.